Hello everybody and welcome to my channel once again. So in this video we'll be learning how to make a weather API bot. So we will be taking the API of Open Weather app, and so here's a little demonstration what we are gonna make. So we have to just type the city like London, and as you can see it will display the minimum temperature, the maximum temperature, and many other parameters. So Delhi, as you can see, it changes the temperature, and in America, I'm really sorry, it would be any city like Iran. So yeah, so it is a really good app. So we are gonna be making it. So this is the code, this is the whole code. It is just a 40-line code and it is really easy to understand. So basically I'm gonna be creating a new file. So I am going to be saving it. So we can save it, and you can name it anything you want. I'm going to be naming it weatherbot, weatherbot.py. So you can name it anything you want, but the py extension is necessary. So weatherbot.py, and after it is a Python file, we can start writing the code. So first you have to import a few libraries. So we have to import tkinter as tk, then we have to import requests, then we have to import time. These are three libraries that we need. I'll link how to download these from the terminal or command line down below. Then we have to go on def uh, get weather, then in brackets there would be canvas, and after that we can make a variable city. So there would be city and text field dot get, then there would be parenthesis. Then we will move on to the next line, that is the API. So the API that we are going to be using, I will type it and I'll leave the links down in the description so you can copy the API from there. So it is https :/API dot open weather map, weathermap. So it would be the weather map dot org slash data slash 2.5 slash weather. There would be a question mark, and then q is equals to, and that's it. So to check this, if this is we have written it correctly, we can just copy this, and I'm gonna go on my default browser and just paste this. So yeah, so it is. So we can just close it now, and after that we can head on to the next line as we have specified the API. So we are gonna now add, so plus city, that is the name of the city, and that would be plus again. Then there would be another set of quotation marks. We are going to specify and appid, that is equals to 06 C912 921, then 750, then B9A B9A 82D8 82D8 A2D8 F5D1 F5D1, then there would be 294E 294E 15862 15862, and then 76F, that's it, 76F. So this is a really long API, so you can use the links down in the description. So to check it out again, so I'm going to paste this, and instead of city right here, Just a second. We can get rid of the quotation marks, and in the city right here we can just write anything like Delhi. So I'm going to be writing Delhi, and now we have to get rid of all the quotation marks that we put in the front and in the back. So right here, just a second, it will, yeah. So I'll just enter this, and yeah, so it is showing that. So it is showing his main description, so it is showing everything we want. So that means it's the correct link, and I will link this down in the description so you can copy paste it from there. Now we have to go on to the next line, that is JSON. So we have to write JSON data is equals to request. You have to specify the library dot get the API. Then there would be another dot and dot JSON. I'm sorry, it would be JSON and parenthesis. In the next line, we have to specify the condition. So condition, we have create a variable condition, then JSON underscore data, then open brackets in quotation marks weather. Then after that we have to head on to another set of quotation marks, and right in here we have to specify 0, then another set of quotation marks, and in quotation marks main. So yeah, now we have to go on to the next line, that is we have to specify the temperature that we just saw. So that all was gibberish and it was hard to understand. So we are just classifying all the data that we got from this link into this form. So we are going to specify the temperature, so int, and that would be JSON data, and then I would be specifying after so you can in the int bracket only you have to put another you have to put another bracket, then main, then come out of the bracket, another bracket in quotation marks temp, so temperature, so temp, and then we have to minus it, so just put minus 273.15, so 273.15, that's right. So now we have to do we have to repeat this process for everything. So I'm just gonna copy this, so copy that. Then the next command we have to specify, instead of temperature we will do minimum temperature. So it would be same thing, JSON main, and then the same thing. So after that it would be the max temperature, so go right there, then just right here we specify max. Then on the next line, after you have specified max temperature, then you don't have to int anymore, you will have to enter the string. So I think we can just copy paste that again. So instead of min temperature we can write pressure, so pressure is equals to, we can get rid of the int. So yeah, that's it. And we can also get rid of this value. So in the pressure we can just specify JSON data main at the temperature. Then we have to copy this again, and in the next line we have to specify the humidity, so pressure and after that the humidity, so humidity. So if you think that this is a lot of information, you can skip any part you want, it will not change the code. So humidity, so humidity, and after you have done that you can head into the next line, that is wind. You have to specify the wind, so is wind is equals to JSON data, so wind is equals to JSON data, and then in brackets so I think we can just copy paste the same thing once again. So we will paste that, and instead of pressure we can write wind. That's it. And after you have specified the wind, you instead, so there is a slight change in all these. So here you specified the weather and the main, here the main and the temperature. So right here you have to specify the min temperature, so that is the minimum temperature, here the maximum temperature, and instead of temperature every time right here you can specify pressure. So pressure, then there would be humidity, then there would be wind, and that's it. So in the wind, if you want, you can also specify the speed. So instead of main, you can go on to wind in the first bracket, and then in the second one you can go on to the speed. So it will specify the wind and the speed. So then you have to specify the sunrise and the sunset. So then there you have to specify you have to use the time function, the time package that you imported. So it would be sunrise. So I am sorry, sunrise is equals to time dot strf time, and then we have to specify the format of the time. So I'm going to open the parenthesis, and as you can see, this is also so we have to specify the format of the time, so minutes, hours, and seconds. So right here I'm going to specify we are going to put a percentage mark and then I colon, then there would be percentage mark minute colon, then there would be again a colon and then a percentage mark and then the seconds. I'm sorry, this would be a this will be percentage mark and then seconds. Then after you have done that, you can head into the next parameter that you have to set, that is time dot gmt time. So time dot gmt time, then in brackets JSON, that would be data, and then in the brackets only sys system, and again put a set of brackets, then you have to specify sunrise, and then you can just put a value that is minus 21600. So you can copy this whole line for the sunset part also. So you have to copy this, paste it, indent this line and then paste it, and so set sunset, then the same thing, and but right here instead of sunrise you have to write sunset. I'm sorry, not sunset, it would be sunset, and here too it would be sunset. And that's it. Now we have to move on to the next line. You have specified all the parameters. Now you have to just pack this line of code. So the final info is equals to condition plus in quotation marks backslash n plus there would be string the temperature and plus degree Celsius. So we have to put the degree Celsius in the front of temperatures. So we have to convert it into a string temperature. You have to convert temperature into a string, and then we have to add the Celsius symbol. So in quotation marks after the plus sign you have to add degree Celsius. So I cannot find degree on my keyboard right now, so I will just go with Celsius. So yeah, and after you have done that, you can go on to the next line, that is, so again final data is equals to, then again backslash n in the next line. There would be the minimum temperature in quotation marks, so the min temperature, and colon and a space, leave a space after that. Then you have to add a plus symbol, then a string. So minimum temperature, you have to string the minimum temperature, and after you have done that, you have to add the degree Celsius to this too. So we have to add in quotation marks Celsius, and again we have to go on to the next line. So we have to write \n, then we have to write plus, then the max temperature. So it would be the max temperature. Yeah, so again colon and leave a space, and after that again we have to string the max temperature. So add, and we have to string the max, just a minute, we have to string the max temperature, and again we have to add degree Celsius to it. Then it will be last the pressure, so the pressure would be the last. So we can just copy this whole command right here, copy this, and we can do capital C right here for Celsius, and then we have to just place this command. So we have to I'm sorry, we have to add a plus sign. Yeah, so after plus sign, after the so you have to specify the pressure right here. So pressure, then instead of this specify pressure, and that's done. So you can move on to the next line, that is the label. You have to create the label. So label 1, label 1, label 1, that is dot config, configure label 1 in parenthesis text is equals to final info. That would be final info, close parenthesis. Next would be label 2. So it would be not be label 1, it would be label 2 dot config. Then again we have to specify text, and is equals to, there would be the final data. And yeah, after you have done that, you can move on to the next line of the code. And so after you have done that, you have to go on to the canvas. So we have to specify the canvas. Basically the window that will open, we have to specify the basically the length, width, and the breadth, and then the font of this thing, the canvas. So we can come out of this def get weather, and after that we just have to write canvas. So canvas is equals to t, then there would be k dot capital TK, then there would be parenthesis. I'm sorry for that, parenthesis there only. Then the next line again, canvas dot geometry, and then you have to specify the geometry of the canvas. That would be 600 into 500. So you can use any number you want. So I am going to be using 600 into 500. Next line, there would be canvas. So we have to select a title like right here. So as you can use any title you want. I will use Weather App only. So right here, so canvas dot title. So canvas dot title, and then the title would be Weather App. And yeah, after that you can head on to the next line. So after you have specified the weather app, you have to go on to f, that is equals to in parenthesis you have to specify Popins. I'm using Popins, you can use anything you want. So f Popins, yeah, and after that you can with a comma 15, and I will bold the text, so bold. Next line, same thing. I can copy this and then I can paste it right here. Instead of this, you can use T, and so instead you can use Popins only, and you can just defer the size by 35. So yeah, after you have done that, you can use the next line, that is the text field. So text field is equals to tk dot entry, then canvas justify is equals to, and in quotation marks there will be center, and defer it with a comma, width is equals to 20, comma, there would be the font, that would be T. You can use any font you want. I'm going to be using T. And then again text field dot pack, we have to pack this text field, and patty is equals to 20. Text field again, here we can use the focus function dot focus, and then we can write text field dot bind. So we can bind the return and the get weather function. So we can bind in quotation marks the return. So return return return, then comma, just a second, get weather. Then we have to specify the label. So label, that would be label 1, that is equals to tk dot label, and then in parenthesis there would be canvas, and again you specify the font of the label. So the font I would be specifying T. You can use any font you want. Then again in label 1 you have to pack label 1, so pack, and then parenthesis right there. Then you have to go into label 2, so same thing right there. So tk, you can just change the font to from T to F. So right here, paste that, change the font to F, and then again label 2 dot pack parenthesis, and after that the last line, that would be canvas. I'm really sorry, you have to put the parenthesis, and then there would be canvas, sorry, canvas dot main loop, and that's the whole code. That's the code that we have to specify to make a weather clock. We can run it. First you have to save it. I can quit this. Yeah, so as you can see now, there is an error. We can just run it again and the error will go. And as you can see, it is showing that label 2 is not, we can save the file, and now we can run it again. And as you can see, the weather app is, so we can specify, as I showed you earlier, we can specify any city like London for example, or it could be Canada. I'm sorry for the spelling, Canada, and Russia, China. So yeah, it is a really useful weather app. And so if you like my channel, please smash the like button down there and consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time.